Good morning, Libra. This is going to be your reading today. Oops. So I am going to go ahead and get these cards pulled. I'm sorry I did not make a video in February. I had a lot of things I was working on, and I just wasn't able to. But I said, you know what? I have been going pretty hard on this channel for a couple of years, and I've never taken any time off for like the past couple of years. So I said, well, I think I am due for a month off. I think I will be all right to do that. So, these cards are trying to go everywhere today, Libra. What is going on with you? I can't even hold on to them. Alright, I'm going to pull one more. Or let it fly out. And I have a brand new deck. I'm real excited. This is the second time that I have used this deck. And they're kind of sticky because they're new. Yep, they're kind of sticky. But it did give me these two. They were stuck together, and I'm going to take them. These are my Sacred Geometry Oracle cards. Kind of been my thing lately. All right, Art Oracle. Michelangelo. Okay. Oh, boy. And it feels like, yep, they're stuck together. We have got two. And a Vampire Oracle deck. Crow Woman, Sacred Law. So basically the energy that I'm getting with this is, I'm just trying to figure out how to put it in words. I know, like for myself personally, I have a hard time following rules, especially rules that I deem stupid. You know, like I still live in a state where marijuana is illegal. So, you know, for that, I feel like that's a stupid law. So, like stupid laws, I don't want, you know, to practice. You know, I'm like, this is stupid. I want to just be free. I want to do me, you know. And so that's kind of the energy I'm picking up on with you as well. That rules, and I have Libra in my chart too. So rules are very hard for you to follow. And with that being said, you know, we have these sacred laws, these universal laws that are pure. I mean, that is how things work. That is how the universe works. And so there's something coming up for you about, you know, studying these universal laws. I know Deepak Chopra has a book on sacred spiritual laws for success. That's a very good book. But these sacred laws are not restricting. They actually, there's freedom in them because then you actually understand how things work, and you're able to kind of surrender to that more and not have, you know, these rigid, strict expectations which come from all the rules they impose on us, on society. We have 32 Merkabah, my sacred geometry card. The frequency of Merkabah supports our ability to use our consciousness to transverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to the Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purposes. So this is pretty much the coming together of all of those parts of yourself that are like throughout other dimensions and space and time, because our soul is in different places at the same time. You know, we've got different lifetimes. We've got, you know, these different dimensions, and, you know, time is not a thing. So all of these things are happening simultaneously. So this is really all about calling back all those parts of yourself. And really getting to know yourself at the core, because that is who you really are. Not all these experiences or, you know, these simulations that you are seeing in your physical reality. And the physical reality is nothing but an illusion. All right, so we have Earth, 3 of Works. And this has to do with the chakra system. And I've been studying a lot about the chakra system because I am doing some Reiki study right now, Reiki learning, training, certification. And so I've been learning a lot about the chakras. And we are energy. Everything in the universe is energy. But, you know, we have these physical bodies that are powered by, you know, this power source, our soul, which is God's source energy. And sometimes when this energy is in our physical vessel, it needs balanced out. You know, we have environmental factors. We have, you know, these bodies that we incarnated in, to where we have things that we inherited, you know, from our family, from our bloodline. And so this is really where the healing starts. Is by balancing out these energies, you know, by finding someone who practices energy medicine. I'll be able to do this here real soon. Meditation, mindfulness, really being connected to your body. You're connected to your body, you'll really be able to see what your body needs, what it's missing. That is the message that's coming up for this. We have 31 Magic, and this Sacred Geometry card. So we have 6. I was trying to see our 4 and 5. I was trying to see if there was anything, you know, with these numbers here. So this one's 4. This one actually is 6, or actually 5. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are not grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Let me read that again. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. So basically, this goes back to creation. You know, that we are indeed simulating our reality, so you've got to really focus on what you want, and you have to be present to do that. You have to really be present in the present moment in order to create a moment in the future. I have learned this firsthand. If you're sitting around, you're just dwelling on the future or the past, you can't create. For one thing, you're dredging the past back up, and it's going to come back around to visit you. I know, you know, you've heard the expression dredging up the past. I mean, you really can do that. You really can bring these experiences back again. And as far as the future goes, if you're not present and you're not really mastering the present moment, and then you can't move on, you're stuck. So really do that and really try to imagine what you want next. All right, so we have Child Creative Spark, Fire. And so this also goes back to this magic, to this creation. And oftentimes, to be able to really manifest what we want, we have to really be in alignment with what we want. Um, a lot of the spiritual journey is stripping away things that no longer resonate, and to where you're almost back at this child creative state where you were to begin with, before people told you you couldn't, or people told you you weren't good enough, or people rejected you, or people abandoned you. And then you had all this baggage that you were carrying around. So you got to really strip all this off. And then you can create what you want from a pure space. Michelangelo, no compromise is a good compromise. I'll show you the card first of all. No compromise is a good compromise. Blemished origins do not negate flawless conclusions. Become ill with unhealthy perfectionism. So with this, no compromise is a good compromise. There is one thing in trying to compromise and trying to be in a relationship with somebody, but do not give away too much of yourself, and to thine own self be true. Be sure that you are speaking your truth. And if something doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel comfortable, speak up. Because oftentimes we try to make two pieces fit that are not meant to go together. And that causes a lot of problems. Blemished origins do not negate flawless conclusions. So basically, wherever you start from, and I feel like that, because this card is clarifying this creative spark. And I said something about childhood coming up, about these blemishes, about any sort of rejection, abandonment issues from childhood that are affecting you today. Really release this. In fact, use it. Use it to grow. Use it to expand. Really look at it. Think about how resilient you are now as a result of having gone through these things. Become ill with unhealthy perfectionism. Well, perfectionism, I'm doing like this perfectionism program right now to really release that, because when you want everything to be perfect all the time, you have this fear of failure that will keep you from doing things that you want to do. And this can be very detrimental. So really check in with that and make sure that you are not scared of failure, because go ahead and try it. Because, I've recently failed a few times. I was scared to death of failure. And then once I did, I was like, whoo. And, this program that I'm doing, they said that perfectionism or failure builds resilience. And it really does. It really does. And it also makes you so much more easygoing, so much lighter. So we have Sophia, wise woman. So I feel like there's going to be an older woman in your life. This could be a parent, grandparent, aunt, teacher, coworker, boss, somebody who is an older woman who has more wisdom than you do, who is going to give you some advice. And do take it. Do take it, because this person is soul family, and they were sent at the right place at the right time to tell you what it is you need to hear. And this can be, different things for different people. All right, we have assertiveness. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. So I feel like this too goes along with that. No compromise is a good compromise. Really having boundaries and really being able to say no. Like I said, if something doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't sit right with your soul, don't be scared to say no. Say, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not doing that. Whatever that is. And understand, this clarifies this wise woman. So like I said, this advice is going to be along that lines about assertiveness and speaking your truth. And this person could just be an example. This could be someone you look up to that you're like, wow, I wish I could be like this person. So Shakti, ecstatic union. And once again, we have the chakras here, but this deck does a lot with the chakras. So I also feel like this also has to do with coming together. Like I said, calling back all of those parts of yourself that are out in the universe somewhere, calling them back to you to where you can really be in your power, really call back the creative spark, that magic that you need. and your guides will guide you on how to do this. Do watch for signs. I know I'm not real observant. I've had signs come to me before, in the way of like symbols or commercials or billboards, and I have missed it. So do look around you. There's going to be lots of signs letting you know you are on the right path. All right, we have asked for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. So once again, this goes back to sending out the signal of what you need. Sometimes, you want to get in this passive aggressive energy. Well, screw it. I'm not going to have it anyway. I don't even want it. I don't even want it. It kind of goes back to this child creative spark. I do that all the time. Be like, I don't even want it. That way, if you don't have it, it's, not so devastating. So that is kind of the energy that's coming up with this card. You check in with that energy because that is a major block to manifesting what you want using these universal laws that I started off this reading with. And don't forget to ask for help. There's an element of isolation in this reading that, you've just been to yourself, you've been pretty isolated, and there's nothing wrong with downtime, alone time. But it's time for you to reach out to some other people and let them know what your needs are. Kali, we have death. And I'm going to get a clarifier for that. Sorry, my sinuses are really bad. I'm having trouble even kind of breathing. My nose is so stuffy. It is allergy season for me. All right. Oh, and we had two come out. So we have death clarified by contract, clarified by man holding a heart. So with this death and this contract, I feel like this is a contract that has been fulfilled. This is a soul contract with another person, possibly a karmic relationship, one that's come in to teach you. It's been a very difficult connection, lots of growth. And this soul contract is complete, and so this person is going to be leaving your life. And sometimes this can be very scary, especially when it's somebody that you're used to dealing with. But something better is coming in because we have this man holding a heart, and this can be a woman, depending on if you're a man watching this or a woman. But definitely a new lover coming in, somebody who is going to be more sensitive than the person that you're used to dealing with, more expressive. It's going to be somebody maybe even kind of into arts, music, maybe drama, writing, but a very creative person. All right, we have Oracle. And the Oracle is clarified by main female. So this particular connection is this one here is going to be very connected. There's going to be a very strong connection. You're going to be able to kind of feel one another. Right away, like really feel each other and really feel very deeply connected. This is going to be a mutual connection. And I'm even picking up on the fact that there could be, some telepathy, some twin flame stuff. And with this main female card, I'm going to get a clarifier because there is a lot going on with you right now, Libra. One more. Main female angel of strength. So what I'm picking up on with these cards, the oracle, the intuition is all about feelings. So I'm feeling very strongly this is like that feminine intuition, and understand men have it too. It's just they haven't developed it like we have. But this is that intuition, that feeling. because we have male, female, so we do have this feminine energy, this intuitiveness, this wisdom. You know, and it's interesting, we did have that wise woman card too. So lots of feminine intuition, feminine healing, this feminine energy of empathy, sensitivity, compassion that is coming in. This can be you, or this can be, you know, your person. And see where she's praying to. So lots of wishing and hoping and longing, and I feel like it's got to do with this connection here. And then we have this angel of strength. And this card came out to let you know that you are being supported and guided, even though things feel a little hard right now, and you're kind of in your feelings, and you're really being asked to sit with your feelings, process them, ask yourself how you really feel right now, and then work on it. And, you know, do not give any responses. A response might not be needed, but if you do decide to give a response, hold off and wait until you've processed your feelings. Anti-hero, maverick, risk taker, rule breaker. Didn't I pick up on this energy at the beginning? This energy here of really, you know, being this risk taker, being this rule breaker. And I can totally, like I said, my moon sign is Libra, so I can totally relate. This is me all day. I'm not wanting to follow rules. But like I said, with this sacred law card, you're going to want to look at like the sacred laws and how they work, the universal laws, spiritual laws for success. Check out Deepak Chopra. All right, this was amazing. Thank you so much for watching, Libra. This was a general reading. If you would like to have a personal reading, they are $50. I'll include my email address in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.